Are we on? Oh, what's up? What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Lobo here, back with a new video. Today we're gonna be playing. We're not playing nothing. We're reacting. Let's get straight into the video.
Epic 4th of July sale is on. Take 20% off bog bags and igloo coolers. 25% off Stanley drinkware.
The most disturbing things caught on...
The most disturbing things caught on Ring Doorbells. My fault for cutting you off.
Doorbells Volume 2.
Alright, I'm not watching one.
Is there really much to
Fuck
say?
one.
You probably have a Ring doorbell, and if not, maybe you have like a cheap knockoff version of a Ring doorbell. But basically, I'm sure we all know what a Ring doorbell is. If you don't, it's basically a doorbell with a camera. That's it. You could view it from your phone when you're far away from home, or even if you're in your home. Just to make that clear, I'm sure a lot of you guys watched part 1, so I don't think I need a hard introduction for this one. But if you haven't, maybe you can watch it after this one.
Maybe. We'll see.
If you don't know me, my name is Tuv, and I upload morbid videos. And if you're not subscribed yet, don't even worry about that. I will earn your subscription by the end of this video.
Am I not
In this
subscribed?
video, we're going to be talking about anything from a quote-unquote box demon, to a supposed devil at someone's door, to even a DoorDasher who was just doing his job and ended up getting shot.
What?
And to the YouTube reviewer that's watching this, no, I didn't show any of those clips.
Hey! Y'all see that? Do y'all see that? Do y'all see that, y'all? Y'all see that? Y'all see that, nigga? You ain't gonna that!
I'm not going to, okay? I always pause the clips before the disaster happens, but I show just enough for my audience to understand what's going on. With that being said, let's get started with the topic.
Okay, let's get started with the first one.
Threatened to essay homeowner.
I just have a
What?
Are you sure?
That's how we started? That's how we started? What?
Essay homeowner.
I just have a couple questions for you. Are you sure? Are you positive?
What?
Are you sure?
Huh?
Are you absolutely certain? Sure.
So who are you?
What? Yeah? Are you sure?
Who are you?
You should never said nothing, bro. The nigga was walking away, bro. You should never said nothing, bro. Just let that little weird freaky nigga go on by his day, bro. At that point, bro. What the fuck? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure?
Yeah, I just had a couple questions. I just wanted to ask you about making fuel. Yeah, can you hear me?
Huh?
What I'm looking for is for the girl that's in the house to come out here, because I'm gonna. You have her open the door. The girl that's on the other side of the store.
What the
and she wants
fuck?
to eat. I want her to have a knife and a gun.
On a Wednesday evening in July of 2021, Amanda Nowak was home alone on South 6th Street near Charleston and Las Vegas Boulevards when her doorbell began ringing repeatedly. She checked her camera and saw a complete stranger standing right at her door, knocking and asking those same weird questions you just heard on repeat. Nowak didn't say a word back to him. Smart move given the context of the situation. She instead hid inside her house and called 911. By the way, the other guy you hear talking back to him is Amanda's husband. He wasn't home, but he was able to access their intercom system from wherever he was and at least talk back. When he asked the guy who he was, the man just looked straight into the camera and said he was looking for the girl in the house because he was going to SA and kill her. Then he asked if she could just open the door for him while subtly letting him know he was carrying a knife and a gun. After making these threats, the man simply walked away from the home. The next day, authorities arrested a man matching the suspect's description in the area of East Clark Avenue and South 3rd Street after someone apparently recognized them. Interestingly though, when police tried to identify the suspect, the man they caught, he refused to cooperate and told officers he was, and you'd never guess this, the Holy Spirit. Anyway, it took fingerprint analysis and a bit of investigation to...
That's disrespectful. That's very disrespectful. That is hella disrespectful, bro. I do not
his
condone
identity
that
as
at all.
Christopher Sums, a 40-year-old fugitive from California. Police discovered that Sums had likely first spotted Nowak through her kitchen window, which was open when he walked by before knocking on her door. The good thing is that at the end of all of that, he was charged with aggravated stalking, coercion with threat of force, attempted burglary, and lying to police. Because of his fugitive status, he was held without bail at the Clark County Detention Center. the box demon in Pennsylvania.
The box demon, alright.
Would you be happy if you stayed where you are in life and job forever? If the answer is yes, then this video is not for
It's
you.
not for me, buddy. Anyways, let's
I
continue.
am the box demon. I am the box demon. I believe this box is a gift for you.
Earlier this year, this Ring doorbell went
No, before you continue, bro. See, dumb shit like this, bro. Right here, bro. It's how you get shot, bro. It's how you get licked down, bro. It's like that song I was singing last vid, bro. I'm finna blick him down, bro. Like, I was singing that shit as you shoot this nigga in his fucking kneecap, bro. Shoot that nigga in his fucking kneecap, bro. Alright, box demon. Now your knees gone.
Yes, this box is a
But
gift.
you still got your box. You
Earlier
feel me?
this year, this Ring doorbell went viral, and honestly, it's pretty easy to see why. It shows someone wearing a terrifying homemade mask standing in front of the door in North York, Pennsylvania. It looks like Pennywise from the movie It, but somehow even creepier. The person in question
Dude, what? It don't look like no goddamn Pennywise. This does not look like Pennywise. This is like something my little brother's making in class, bro. And my mom be like, oh, okay. And then when they turn around, she throws this shit away, bro.
later came to be popularly referred to as the box demon, which you can probably make out why. Anyway, so this is exactly what happened. On March 11th, this homeowner gets an unexpected visitor at her door. The masked figure approaches her door carrying a large empty cardboard box and announces themselves in this eerie voice. Then they say, "I leave you with this gift. This box is a gift for you," before placing the empty box on her doorstep and disappearing back into the night. The whole thing was so bizarre and unsettling that the homeowner immediately called the Northern York County Regional Police Department to report the suspicious activity. But the mystery didn't last long. Just one day after the video went viral and sparked fear throughout the quiet suburb, police announced they had identified the person behind the mask. And who was it, you may be asking? Well, the police never publicly revealed it. Lieutenant Greg Anderson from the PD only confirmed that they had spoken to the individual, though they didn't reveal their identity, which led some to believe maybe this was some kind of bad joke or something like that, because police stated there were no public safety concerns, and the homeowner who received the visit was informed of the person's identification, but chose not to speak any further about the incident. So whatever the real story was behind this so-called box demon visit, it wasn't as sinister as it probably appeared to be.
Okay.
Still pretty creepy though. I mean,
I
I
guess.
wish we knew the explanation, but I guess we'll never know. Unless Box
We'll
Demon,
never
if you're watching this
know.
video, leave a comment down below why you did that. I'm sure that's not gonna happen though. Let's move on to the next one.
They might. Hold on. They might. Let's see real quick. I might get spoiled. Never mind.
Devil at the door in North Texas.
She says she saw a masked person in her driveway. The person walked through the side yard to her front door.
Person popped up on the video with that goat's mask on, and they were approaching my door.
She noticed the person pretended to knock and was holding a sign with a Bible verse on it.
It's about the end times. It's about Judgment Day. I freaked out.
So 2025 is shaping up to be the year of crazy ones on matters of Ring cameras, and this clearly started early.
Insane. Insane, y'all. Fucking insane, bro. Hold on. I want to get this screenshot. That might be thumbnail. We'll see. That could be thumbnail. Let me do some faces real quick. Nah, that ain't good. Alright.
Early. On January 18th, this satanic Ring doorbell came out of Carrollton, Texas. Well, the video itself might not be
Man,
satanic.
it's hot as fuck in this room, dog. What the hell?
Panic, but the person you see here wearing the red goat-shaped mask probably is. The homeowner and her husband had gone out to dinner that Saturday evening around 8 p.m. and they stopped at a store on their way back to pick up a Powerball ticket when her Ring notification went off. She was waiting in the car for her husband when she watched this masked figure walk through her side yard near West Hebron Parkway. Besides this creepy goat-shaped mask, they were also carrying a sign that read Revelation 20:1-15, which, according to the Bible, refers to a lake of fire, Judgment Day, the devil, Satan, and basically the end times. The masked figure walked right up to her front door, pretended to knock, and then looked directly into the security camera while pointing the board at them for several minutes, almost like they were emphasizing the message. The couple filed a report with the Charleston police, but the police said that technically no crime had been committed, since the person didn't bypass any physical barriers like a fence, didn't ignore verbal warnings, and didn't stay on the property after being told to leave. Police couldn't charge them with trespassing. They just walked up to the door, held the sign, and left. Even though no charges could be filed, police said they're watching the situation and told residents to stay alert. The homeowner also warned whoever was behind the mask to be careful if it was some kind of prank, because a lot of people in the comments on YouTube were saying they would probably shoot someone who showed up at their door like that, especially trying to pull off a prank if it was a prank. But in Texas, bruh, they gonna shoot you.
Yeah.
So if you're really...
Yeah, in Texas, they gonna blick you down. Blick you down! Blick you down!
trying to send a message of salvation before the end times, just maybe you could find a different way to do it.
Oh no.
Ghost of miner's wife in Staffordshire, UK.
What? I don't want to team up, bro. It's off-brand Titanfall. Off-brand Titanfall 2. Y'all ever play Titanfall 2?
Alright,
Let me
guys,
know.
Look,
What?
Be talking
Whoa, my fault. I wasn't locked in.
Ghost of miner's wife in Staffordshire, UK.
Okay. What?
Alright, guys, look, we're gonna be talking about ghosts. I already did an investigation on a ghost town, and we got nothing, so I don't believe in ghosts. If you believe in ghosts, you're silly. I'm not gonna lie. You're silly. But, people think that there was a ghost caught on this Ring camera. Let's check it out together. This next one takes us all the way to the UK. The Ring doorbell video in question is from Rugeley, Staffordshire in the UK, and it got people split between thinking it's a genuine ghost sighting or just a camera glitch. It's definitely a camera glitch, by the way. But let's keep going. So what you're watching here is 55-year-old Jackie Bat just walking past her neighbor's house on the morning walk to the paper shop. But there's another figure in the video that Jackie swears she never saw. A tall figure dressed in what looks like 1940s clothing, a long coat, hat, and little wedge shoes. As the figure walks past another neighbor's house, you can actually see the gate through her, like she's translucent. Then, here at the end, it looks like she dissolves into thin air. Jackie, who I said was going to the paper shop, was blown away because she's a believer in the supernatural, and she completely swears she didn't see anyone walking down the street at that time. Also, the figure looked really tall compared to her, so it couldn't have been a shadow or anything like that. Now, the estate where they live was actually built in the 1940s, specifically for miners and their families. This is what gave birth to the whole miner's wife idea. Jackie thought the figure might have been the ghost of a miner's wife from that era, which would explain all the 40s clothing. But does that really explain anything?
No.
Some say that this is just an old camera glitching out, which happens a lot. Now, I'm not an expert, but this guy on YouTube apparently is, and he says that live cameras often pause recordings to save space, and when they restart, it can create a ghost-like effect. Add in low video quality and weird lighting, and then of course it looks spooky. So yeah, there is no way that was a ghost. Ghosts aren't real, guys. Ghosts are not real. Just a camera glitch. Let's head on to the next one.
Hey, bro, stop saying that, bro. For they come here.
Mountain lion roaming around a Fairfield neighborhood.
The mountain lion was caught on camera overnight in a
neighborhood. It is just most disturbing things.
It was spotted outside the front door of the home. Now, police say this does not happen often, but now neighbors are keeping a much closer eye on their pets.
We've seen people in creepy
The most disturbing thing so far, y'all, has been that the first one, bro. That is insane to me, bro. That you would sit there and do that, bro. I'm glad he got charged with like 5 things, bro. Because you are not mentally stable.
Masks,
at all.
alleged demons, ghosts, which aren't real. And now this one takes us to actual wild animals. And honestly, it might even be scarier. This Ring video from Fairfield, California, caught what looks like a mountain lion just walking past someone's front door. This happened around 2 in the morning on May 26th of this year, and the homeowner had no idea what kind of dangerous cat was paying a visit to their porch. But this isn't the first time a mountain lion has been spotted in the area. It was actually reported back in 2021 that a mountain lion had attacked and killed some animals on Solano Road, with the Department of Fish and Wildlife confirming it was the work of a mountain lion. So while it's not common to see a mountain lion, it's also not impossible. The area where this happened is near a hillside and canal, which makes sense as a wildlife corridor. Urban sprawl has been pushing these animals closer to neighborhoods. That's why encounters like this are becoming more likely. Anyway, animal control and fish and wildlife neighborhoods. That's why encounters like this.
What is that, bro? That look like a peacock.
Are becoming more likely. Anyway, animal control and fish and wildlife were notified, but police told residents not to call unless the animals become a threat. Wild animals usually live on their own, but that doesn't make it any less nerve-wracking knowing there's a mountain lion just wandering around your neighborhood in the middle of the night.
Yeah, that would be crazy, bro.
Mysterious
we
kitchen.
over here, bro. We got like, we got deers, groundhogs, turtles. That's for real lit though. I don't even know where the fuck that turtle came from, bro. That turtle's weird. I don't even know where the deers go, bro. I don't know where the deers live around here. The groundhogs live under our porch. Or they used to. I don't know. They've been missing for like a week. But nah, it's a lot of deers over here for sure, bro. Usually they pop out like 5 o'clock in the morning. Running from cars. Weirdos.
An orb in Preston, England.
Designate tank! Fire the jet! Nice shot.
Bro, come on, bro. Y'all gonna make me watch
Ideas
two?
can come from anywhere.
This was me earlier.
With Wix, you decide where they...
I'm never washing my face. My fault, bro. Oh, let me lock in, my fault. Mysterious orb. Okay, I see it. Yeah. Is that it? It like glare. It like a glare off something, bro. This shit finna piss me off. This like nah, bro. I'm think we finna see some actually like some creepy and scary, bro. Bro, this is a glare.
So we're back with the supernatural stuff. Which I don't believe.
Supernatural shit. Wag.
This one's for my mom. My mom claims she sees orbs all the time on her cameras and says it's a spirit visiting her. But you know what? Even though I'm not a believer, let's just take a look at some of the orb footage out there. So this one happened last year in Preston, England. Rebecca Reeves submitted this video of what appears to be a glowing orb floating across her kitchen, and yes, there's no denying that it's there. In the video, you can see this silvery orb just appear out of nowhere and drift across the room before fading away. It moves in this really smooth, deliberate way that doesn't look like a bug or anything else randomly flying around. The whole thing was captured on her indoor Ring camera, and rather interestingly, it actually triggered her motion detector. She shared the clip online, and of course in classic fashion, the theories started pouring in. Rebecca herself thought it might have been a deceased relative dropping by to say hello. Also, on that note, she said she didn't feel uneasy about it because she looked up information about orbs online and didn't read anything negative about them. Her theory is that maybe, and this is a big maybe, is that it was a specific relative keeping an eye on their pet dog Albus while they were out of the house. Alright guys, see, I'm not trying to burst your bubble, but no, that's probably not what happened. It was probably dust. But I feel bad like telling that to people. Look. One day I'll get proven to, maybe, that ghosts are real. But no, like I said, I did a whole investigation on a ghost town. Nothing happened. Maybe one thing happened. But it wasn't crazy. So, no. Sorry to all my ghost believers out there. But your boy just doesn't believe in them. Let's keep going. So apparently this gets stranger. Rebecca also casually mentioned that she suffers from sleep paralysis sometimes. Yeah. And during those episodes...
Me too, bro. Fuck sleep paralysis, bro. At first, I saw all the memes about it being like creepy and stuff, bro. I'm like, bro, I've never seen a demon squatted in the corner of my room, bro. No, bro. When I do it, bro, I'm just stuck. The worst time, bro, was I was in my bed, bro, and I woke up, bro, and I just heard a Fortnite theme opening playing, bro. Hell no, bro. It annoyed the shit out of me, bro. No, but like recently when that happens, bro, yeah, I see like some shadowy figures or some shit, bro. Or a nigga talk to me, I'm like, we be sitting there. Yeah, I'm just listening to them talk. I'm like, yo, can I go back to sleep now, bro?
She feels like someone's in her room with her, or
it only happens though when I'm gonna go to sleep and I wanna wake up real quick. I wanna like take like probably like a hour or 30-minute nap or something. That's the only time it happens. Or I gotta be somewhere, you know? Yeah, some bullshit.
Sitting on her end of the bed. And why does this matter? Because sleep paralysis can definitely cause hallucinations and that feeling of a presence. So skeptics would probably point to that as an explanation for a general sense of supernatural activity in the house. Another explanation is that it was just dust or pollen or bugs, which probably was, mixed with some bad lighting. Yeah, but who am I to say that, because I have no proof that it is light, you know? Neither side has proof. Here's another video of another orb in Glasgow where Dawn Gallagher caught a very similar activity that triggered her Ring camera's motion sensor. This time it looked like a white orb with a trail coming straight toward us.
See, now that one...
A truck explosion in a Chicago suburb.
We're out of Pringles.
Just blow in the can. What the fuck? They snatched up the little girl.
Alright, so like I said in the intro, this is one of those clips that I'm not going to play the full thing, but I will pause it just before the disaster happens. Next is this video from Addison, a suburb about 20 miles west of Chicago.
That's insane.
Off calm.
What?
Just another American suburb.
Hold on. So is it
see
just
this box?
It blew up? What blew up? Like the driveway over here? This side? That's what it looked like?
West of
Damn.
Chicago. It starts off calm. Just another American suburb. You can see this box driving normally through the neighborhood when suddenly, boom, it just explodes out of nowhere. Just a regular moving truck, and suddenly
the truck exploded?
Of explosion that created a debris field spanning an entire block. Now, you don't expect a truck to just blow up while casually driving down the street, right? So what happened?
Well, hold on, let me see something real quick. Oh, where are we at? We at 1484. I want to see that shit again. Okay, I was like, originally I was like, either the truck exploded or something over here blew up. So the truck exploded. I see it. Okay, I see it.
Spanning an entire block. Now, you don't expect a truck to just blow up while casually driving down the street, right? So what happened? Well, the whole thing was apparently caused by a leakage propane tank inside the rental truck. Clearly something unanticipated, and maybe why investigators ruled it an accident. Now, when the Addison Fire Protection District and police arrived, they found this massive debris field but no fire, which is kind of weird because usually explosions like this would cause something like that, but apparently not in this case. Despite that, the explosion was powerful enough to damage several homes in the area, and one house even had to be evacuated because of structural damage and the potential for it to collapse. And what the intense impact was, you're probably wondering where the driver's remains ended up, if there were any. Well, that's the crazy.
So the driver did.
He came out unscathed.
Really?
For the most part. He had some minor injuries and was taken to the hospital, but considering his truck literally blew up around him, the fact that he walked away at all is insane.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, rental company agreements specifically prohibit transporting explosive, flammable, or hazardous materials in their consumer moving trucks. So either the customer didn't realize propane wasn't allowed, or they ignored the rules and nearly got themselves killed because of it. Fire burning Altadena home.
Oh.
This next one is a rather heartbreaking one.
Yeah.
This Ring camera caught the moments flames completely overwhelmed a home in Altadena during the devastating Eden fire that had been tearing through Southern California earlier this year.
Yeah.
This is of course something no homeowner ever wants to see, their house being consumed by wildfire in real time. But here you can see the fire getting closer and closer. The house belonged to Walter and Y'all deceased, who had to evacuate quickly as the fire approached their property on Altadena Drive. All they have left now are the memories of living there for 40 years, and this video is a haunting reminder of what happened. For context, the Eden fire was absolutely devastating to the Altadena area. Along with the Palisades fire, these wildfires have been fueled by severe drought conditions and those brutal Santa Ana winds that California is known for. At least 27 people are believed to have died, more than a dozen others remain unaccounted for, and over 12,000 structures were destroyed. And of course, one of those was the home of Walter and Yalta Cease. I remember when the fires were going on in January, and it was just so weird having to... Well, first of all, the smell was already weird in LA. Everything smelled burnt. The air just smelled burnt and dry, and we had to buy the masks, and it was just so weird waking up every morning and seeing that there was new ashes on my yard that I had to sweep. And that in my head, I'm like, I'm sweeping people's houses right now off my yard. The fires didn't reach my house, but just the concept of sweeping people's memories, and of course a combination of like trees, obviously nature.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. It was just really weird and really heavy that month. Yeah, I just wanted to throw my 2 cents in there. Let's head on to the next one.
Birthday party. Birthday princess party. Birthday princessasaurus.
It sound like the one beat. It sound like the one Pac-Man beat. Pac-Man and Coil Ray. Coil Ray. The song they did together.
DoorDasher getting shot in Chester.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Chester Highway
I'd be so scared for
Supervisor
DoorDashers,
John
bro.
Riley is allegedly seen here in this leaked video taken on his own Ring camera with a firearm strapped to his back and another in his hand.
Insane.
As he seemingly fires 3 shots at a lost DoorDash driver who was trying to get away in his car.
This one is absolutely insane and
Yeah.
it's probably going to get you angry. This leaked Ring camera footage from Chester, New York shows what appears to be a town official shooting a lost DoorDash driver who was just trying to deliver food. A lost DoorDash driver got shot when he ended up at the wrong house. So here's what happened. The man, a 24-year-old working as a DoorDash driver, was trying to deliver food on Valerie Drive in Orange County, but apparently his phone had died and he couldn't find the right address. The guy was lost with no way to tell direction. He had been going from house to house trying to figure out where he was supposed to make the delivery. There's actually another Ring video from a neighbor showing him with his delivery bag and cell phone in his hands, saying he needed help because he was having problems with his phone. Then this man in the orange t-shirt, who turns out to be Chester Highway Supervisor John Riley, comes out of his house. Here you can see him exiting with what appears to be a firearm strapped on his back and another gun in his hand. The door driver's car is yards away towards the end of the driveway, and this guy just starts shooting. 3 shots ring out as the DoorDash driver tries to get away in his car. Was he really trying to seriously hurt him? I mean, the dude came out with 2 guns, probably. But the DoorDasher managed to drive to a gas station in Chester, charge his phone.
I think he was just trying to scare him away, but shooting at the nigga is insane to me, bro. Shooting at him is insane to me. Maybe he was trying to hurt him, bro. I don't know. I'm not him, bro. He probably was trying to hurt him.
To tell his family he'd been shot, then drove home seriously hurt and bleeding before finally getting taken to the hospital by ambulance. And by the way, the dude in the orange t-shirt was 48 years old and apparently a federal licensed arms dealer. He's now facing weapons and assault charges. Cop private jet crash in San Diego. In the early hours of Thursday, May 22nd, this video captures the moment a private jet crashed while having to land in Montgomery Gibbs Executive Airport. And like I said in the intro, I'm not going to show the clip where the disaster happens. It's going to be looped. In the video, you can see a backyard all calm and quiet when suddenly there are flames in the distance. Then there's this massive explosion that covers the entire video frame, followed by a huge fireball in the distance. There were 6 people on board.
What did he title this part? What did he... Okay. The jet crashed? My fault. I spaced out a little bit, y'all. My fault.
All of them died. Emma Hugh, Kendall Fortner, Daniel Williams.
Wait, what happened?
Explosion that covers the entire video frame, followed by a huge fireball in the distance. There were 6 people on board and all of them died. Emma Hugh, Kendall Fortner, Daniel Williams, Selena Kenyon, Dominic Christopher Damian, and Dave Shapiro, the owner. If you're a music fan, you probably know Dave Shapiro as the mastermind behind major rock, punk, and metal artists like Sum 41, Bush, Lamb of God, and Pierce the Veil.
What? I think I know Daniel.
Daniel Williams himself was a former drummer of The Devil Wears Prada, and just hours...
That's sad. I've heard about him dying. I just didn't know how he died. I heard about him passing. That's sad.
Hours before the crash, he posted boarding the jet and a selfie at the controls like it was going to be the most fun trip of the day. Unfortunately, everything went wrong from the start. The weather that night was terrible, so thick with fog you could barely see. The pilot knew it wasn't great and even considered landing somewhere else while talking to the air traffic control. On top of that, the runway lights at Montgomery Gibbs Airport were out, and the weather alert system wasn't working. The FAA had warned about the lights, but it's unclear if the pilot knew. Then, the plane hit power lines and crashed just 2 miles from the airport. The fireball damaged homes and cars. It was a complete mess. Families had to evacuate, and 8 people on the ground were treated for minor injuries. Luckily, none of them died. But for the family of the people on that jet, what happened was more than devastating. Small plane crashing and exploding in a Philadelphia neighborhood. This is another crash, and it happened in northeast Philadelphia on January 31st. The video, captured by a Ring camera, shows what started as a completely normal evening for 2 people and turned into a nightmare in just seconds. You've got these 2 people just casually walking out of their house, probably heading somewhere for the evening. Nothing unusual, just a regular day. Then,
That's crazy. Wait.
House, probably heading somewhere for the evening. Nothing
This
unusual,
happened on my
just a
birthday.
regular day. Then, in the distance, there's a small light falling from the sky.
What was I doing this year on my birthday, y'all? I think I was in my room, chilling, probably, you know. You feel me? What else can you do?
You can tell something isn't right. Suddenly, boom, this massive explosion goes off that makes the woman scream as they both rush back inside. After that, you can see this huge fireball where the plane went down. You can't see it here, but the plane was a Learjet 55 that had just taken off from northeast Philadelphia Airport at 6:06 p.m. It got up to 1,600.
Wait a second, y'all. My fault. Yeah. I forgot. I did put my phone on the charger.
Feet in just 30 seconds before it disappeared from radar. But the thing is, it wasn't just any flight. It was a medical transport carrying a sick child. A child named Valentina and her mother, Lizeth Murillo. It was operated by Jet Rescue, which does air ambulance services around the world. On board were 4 crew members who also lost their lives. The little girl had been getting medical care in Philadelphia and was being flown back to Mexico when this happened. At least 3 houses caught fire from the impact, and tons of people on the ground got hurt. People in parking lots, on the streets, in their cars, and their homes. So this couple in the video got lucky and came out with just a minor scare. Although, honestly, witnessing someone else's inevitable end like that, well, that must leave some deep scars. Captured a meteorite crash.
Yo, that is very sad. Huh. Shit.
Next is something you definitely don't see every day. This Ring Doorbell video was captured in Canada, and believe it or not, it's one of the first documented meteorite crashes with both sound and image. Yes, all thanks to Ring Doorbell. This happened back in July of 2024, and it's just incredible. So the homeowners came back from being away and found this weird star-shaped pattern of gray dust all over their walkway. They had no idea what it was, so they checked their Ring camera to see if they could figure out what had happened. What they found was actually wild. The video starts off showing this really peaceful, lush green setting that looks totally normal, almost like a wallpaper. Everything's quiet. Then suddenly, at the 5-second mark, you can see this white smoke appear in the bottom right corner of the screen. Then you hear the sound like glass breaking or a pop falling as something crashes into the walkway next to their stone entrance. Turns
Shit sounded like hell.
out it was a meteorite. And yes, I also used to imagine that meteors would fall in a great bright explosion like the ones that wiped out the dinosaurs. But this one was actually harmless. Just 7 grams of rock fragments and a 2x2 centimeter divot that got blasted into the walkway from the impact.
I swear, when it hit, bro, I thought it like shattered. Yeah, cause I thought it sounded like it hit tile and it shattered the tile. But no, it hit concrete and shattered.
Arson in Mississippi.
What? Is that a gas canister? I used to do this in GTA. Now this is insane. Yo, find this nigga, bro. Find this man. Nah, I hope he got arrested, bro. This is insane. Doing it, bro. Let's think of his motive for why he doing it. It's not justified at all, bro. But could be an ex, a cheating ex, you know. Not even just cheat, an ex. I'm gonna just say ex, bro. Could be an ex's house. Could be he could just hate his mama. You feel me? Could be his dad. He found his dad. His dad wasn't in his life, and he tracked his dad down. And he did this, bro. Not valid. Not valid, bro. All three of those aren't valid, especially the mama one, bro. Why you hating your mama, bro? What the hell? Hold on. What else could it be? Okay, nah, those are my three runners. We gonna listen. We might get an explanation. We might not. Did he? Oh, this nigga's a bitch. This nigga's an asshole.
Around 3:45 a.m. on August 9th of 2020, a family on South 22nd Avenue in Mississippi watched their worst fear unfold on video. A madman targeted their home. This guy was walking around the front of their house with what looks like a gas can. Then he just casually poured what appears to be gasoline all over their walkway and front porch like he was watering plants or something. And you can imagine what came next. Just seconds later, this massive wall of flames explodes into view. The whole front just goes up in flames in an instant. 2 homes and a vehicle got damaged in this fire, but thankfully nobody was hurt, and the family inside the house remained safe and sound.
Yeah.
Now, the big question is, who did it and why?
Yeah.
It almost seems like a deliberate act of
Okay,
rage.
so he said 2 homes and a few vehicles, but nobody was hurt. Thank the Lord.
Aimed at the plants. The Hattiesburg Fire Department and the Mississippi State Fire Marshal's Office have been trying to identify this guy ever since. There's even a $5,000 reward for information leading to his arrest and conviction. So, guy, if you're watching this, turn yourself in. Matter of fact, say Tuv made you turn yourself in. Let me get some of that money. We can split it, bruh. We can split it. Nah, you'll be in jail. This was
that's insane. This nigga Tuv is crazy, bro. What the fuck, bro? You trying to split with Mr. Arson, bro? Ah, hell nah.
A fairly quick one. Let's on to the next one.
They didn't catch this dude. His face is kind of, well, it's kind of blurry. Never mind.
Violent car crash in Stony Point. Stony Point. In this Ring camera video, you can see what looks like a normal, quiet residential area when suddenly you hear tires screeching like crazy. Then this car comes flying, going way too fast for the road. This happened on October 8, 2024, around 1 p.m. on Mott Farm Road. The homeowner, Rosemary Warham, said she heard the tires coming down and just had a feeling this car wasn't going to make the turn without something happening. And she was absolutely right. The car completely loses control, rolls right over the guardrail, and then catches on fire. The whole thing is captured from this aerial view.
Bro, nigga, you turn left to go right, bro. You turn left to go right.
From the Ring camera, so you can exactly see how violent the crash was. It basically goes airborne and flips multiple times before ending up at this completely mangled wreck in the woods. But you want to hear something really insane?
What?
There were 4 people inside this car when it happened,
yeah,
and somehow none of them were seriously hurt. Looking at the...
Thank God, but like, yo, the driver needs to be arrested.
The aftermath, the car was completely destroyed.
Need to be charged
There's
with
twisted
something,
metal
bro.
and debris scattered everywhere. It's honestly a miracle that anyone survived,
Yes.
let alone walked away without major injuries. But surviving by a miracle doesn't erase the consequences of your actions.
Yup.
Before all this, the police got a report about suspicious activity involving precisely this car. So the 4 people ended up getting arrested shortly after the crash.
So all 4 of y'all was on some bullshit. And y'all was holed by y'all driver. That's the Lord looking out, y'all.
DoorDasher spits on food.
Watch as a DoorDash delivery man sets a customer's order down, then takes a photo to confirm the delivery. But it's what he does next that's now going viral on social media.
Given how much
What
some
the
of us out there
fuck?
order food and get it delivered home, I don't think you'll appreciate this next one, but I'm still gonna talk about it. This happened in Kendall, Florida. On September 9th of 2023, 13-year-old Elias Cristanto and his mom ordered food through DoorDash. Everything seemed normal at first. The delivery driver drops the bag on their doormat and steps back to take the usual proof of delivery photo. So far, so good. But then, instead of walking away like a decent human being, the guy looks around, steps forward, and spits on their food bag. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. He then casually walks off like nothing happened. Elias said his first reaction was wanting to throw up, and honestly, who wouldn't? All this because the family spent about $30 on food and tipped $3. Apparently, that wasn't appreciated by this guy at all. And as you might expect, this isn't the first time something like this happened. Just over a year later, in September of 2024, another disgusting incident went down in Whitby, Canada. George Bechet caught his DoorDash driver doing something even worse, spitting directly into his son's drink. Bechet even tipped the driver 18%, but that didn't stop the guy from opening the seal on the kid's booster juice drink and spitting right into it before closing it back up. Naturally, a good father doesn't let anyone mess with his kids, so he confronted the driver on his driveway asking why he would spit in a drink meant for a 2-year-old, and the driver just said, "I'm so sorry, sir." The police showed up but couldn't do much, so they ended up charging the driver for having 2 kids in the car without proper car seats or seatbelts. Both DoorDash and Uber Eats, where the driver apparently also worked, removed him from their platforms. Man choking his ex's dog.
Did you hear me?
Not the doggo. Why do niggas do this? I hate. Oh my
I
gosh.
called the cops.
I don't care.
I know you don't care. No!
I don't. Yeah, I didn't want to see it anyway, bro. That's
Alright, this is
sad.
another one where I'm not going to show the whole thing, you know. I'm going to cut it before the horrific act ensues. Did I use that word right? You know what? Let's just keep that in the video editor. I think I used the word ensues correctly. This is probably going to be the one that
His editor is funny.
pisses the most people off when it comes to animals.
I'm gonna do something like that too. Hold on. Hold on.
There are children. You know what I mean? But let's get into it. So this guy right here, Shane Mitchell, got caught doing something on Ring camera that's gonna make you absolutely furious. And it involves his ex-girlfriend's dog. Mitchell had taken his ex's Doberman, Ruby Jean, without permission and showed up at her front door with the dog. When his ex saw him there, she threatened to call the cops on him. That's when the devil inside him came out of nowhere. He yanked Ruby Jean up by her leash, letting her dangle and choke right in front of the camera. Cops arrested the 30-year-old and booked him on animal cruelty charges. The police chief said he was sick to his stomach watching this video and couldn't understand how someone could hurt a defenseless animal like that. The good news is that Ruby Jean is okay. She's back home and doesn't have any lasting injuries from the choking. Mitchell, on the other hand, is now facing justice. If he could do that to his ex-girlfriend's dog, what else might he be capable of? Alright guys, that's going to be it for this video. If you enjoy the video, make sure to like. If you think I earned your subscription, it would be awesome if you could subscribe.
You already earned my
I also want to say
subscription.
that I live stream on Twitch and interact with you guys a lot over there. So,
Nah, the boy tough, bro. He hard, y'all. He hard, y'all, bro. Y'all should really check out his channel, bro. Y'all should really check out his channel, bro. He hard, bro. I fuck with Tough, bro. He got a little series he do too. The series. We may do that one like on another day, bro. I'm gonna do Tough more on the channel, bro. But yeah, bro, that's it for today's video, bro. Hope you liked and enjoyed. What? Hope you enjoyed. Make sure you like and subscribe. I think that's how you do it, y'all. I think that's how you do it. You feel me? You feel me? Ow! Ah! My ears! Alright, peace out.